Welcome to the Summer 2020 College Planning webinar hosted by the Freeport High School Guidance Office. As we approach summer, you might be wondering, how has COVID-19 changed things in terms of the college process? You might have questions such as, what do I do about standardized testing? What about my grades? What will my transcripts look like? You might be wondering about the impact of a lack of high school involvement in extracurriculars this past spring. You also might wonder, how do you choose a college when you can't visit? We want to reassure you, you are not alone. Every high school junior in the country has been affected by COVID-19. We also want to reassure you that colleges take a holistic approach when looking at college applications. Grades from the spring of 2020 will be just one piece of the puzzle. Also, many colleges have gone test optional, and the Common App has added a new question to address how COVID-19 affected you. You also might be wondering, where do I start? Part 1 is college selection. This is a two-step process. Step 1 is researching colleges. There are many considerations for choosing a college. Many students will start with location. How far is the college from home? Is it in an urban area or a rural area? Students also select colleges based on what programs or majors they offer, how many students attend that school, or what financial packages they may give a student. Here are 4 college research websites. These are some websites that our students have used over the past few years, and they've found them to be helpful. There's College Board, Big Future, College Confidential, College Data, and Niche. Our suggestion to you is that you look at each of these websites and determine which one you like best. They all have different layouts and slightly different ways of allowing you to find colleges. You also can research colleges from your phone. Use an app like College Hunch, the College Fair, or PathSource to find some colleges that might fit your needs. Another great way to research colleges is to watch a college video. YouTube, individual college websites, University TV, and Google all can provide a wealth of video information for you to help see if any college might be a good fit. So once you start narrowing down your college selections, you want to create what's called a balanced list. You've probably heard of terms like a reach school, a good match school, or a safety school, and these are all things to keep in mind when creating that balanced list. Most of the schools that you choose to apply to next year should probably fall in the good match or just right school category. These are schools where your GPA and test scores are in the zone of what we call the mid-50th percentile for any given college. It is easy to Google for the mid-50th percentile simply by putting in mid-50th percentile for X college. And you can come up and see how you match up against some of the other applicants. We also suggest that students have a few safety schools on their list and a financial safety school to ensure that you can afford the college that you are attending. These are schools where you're well above in your GPA and test scores, and also these schools tend to have a high admit rate. Our tip is to fill out a chart that you'll find in your folder. You might be wondering, what folder are you talking about? This is a folder that we handed out back in February when we met with all of you in the FPAC to talk about the early college process. Here is an abbreviated version of one of the charts that's located in the folder. It's a great place for you to track schools. You can put your college name, application due dates, whether or not it's a Common App school, which tests they require, and so forth. Step 2 is to visit colleges and universities by taking campus tours or going to information sessions. You might be wondering during COVID, how in the heck do I do that? So this gives you some information how to schedule college tours and information sessions during COVID-19. Colleges are currently offering scheduled times for online tours and information sessions. These are some great opportunities that you can take advantage of. Simply Google to see what online tours and information sessions are available, and then sign up. Please note that some information sessions might be live and will require you to sign up ahead of time and then attend that tour at a specified time. Part 2 of this webinar will give you an overview of the application process. The application components when you're going to apply to college in the fall include your application, which will often be found on the Common App, your transcript, which is the most important part of any college application, your college essay, your SAT or ACT scores if you choose to submit them, teacher recommendations, a counselor recommendation, and your financial aid application. I will go through all of these with you for the remainder of the webinar. First, the transcript. You will all receive a transcript in the fall that will list all of your classes that you've taken at Freeport High School. You'll note on the sample transcript that they divide out grades by semester with your final average. Your schools will see your habits of work scores and then how many credits you've earned for each class. On your transcript, you will also note that your GPA will be located in the bottom left-hand corner. For the Common App essay, this is an interesting part of the application where you actually get to show a college how you write and tell them a little bit of something about yourself. We suggest that you spend time this summer free writing to see which question might be your best choice. Essay prompts can be found in your college folder that we gave you in February. You can access them via Google, or you can find the link on the guidance website. One question that I've been hearing from students is whether they should write about COVID-19 for their essay. The answer is that depends. Please think carefully if this is the topic you want to tackle to have your writing stand out. And remember, there will be a separate area on the Common App where you will be able to respond to any challenges that you face during COVID-19. Standardized testing has also been a part of the college application process. Again, as this year many colleges have gone to test optional, this has changed slightly. You might have a question, how do I know if I need the SAT, ACT, or an SAT subject test? We suggest you check each school's website for information on their specific requirements. As mentioned, many, but not all schools have gone test optional for next year. Even so, we still recommend that you plan on taking at least one SAT exam this fall. And you might then wonder, why take the SAT or ACT if so many schools will be test optional? It's worth noting that some programs, like nursing and engineering, will still require the SAT or ACT for admission. Some schools also will still use the SAT and ACT for merit scholarships. If you do well on the exam, you might consider sending your score. So some important information about COVID-19 SAT testing. The key thing to this is to plan ahead. You need to register for your exams at least 1 month ahead of your test date. Currently, the SAT test dates are August 29th, September 26th, October 3rd, November 7th, and December 5th. The SAT College Board is open for you to register for those early dates. Register directly through College Board on www.collegeboard.org. Thinking that you need a fee waiver? It's most likely already in your College Board account and will show up when you check out. If not, please reach out to your school counselor. Some other questions that have come up is whether we will have a school day SAT. Pending CDC approval, Freeport High School may be able to offer seniors a school SAT exam. If we're able to hold testing, the dates we will offer the SAT are Wednesday, September 23rd and Wednesday, October 14th. If you would like to register specifically for the September 23rd SAT date, you will have to sign up and submit the exam fee payment to Freeport High School before August 25th. Note, a Google form will be sent out at the beginning of July for you to sign up. If you would like to register for the October 14th SAT date, you will be able to wait until we get back to school and sign up by September 16th. Please note, this is not yet confirmed, and check your email for more information. You might wonder about the ACT. The ACT is another test option. And as most of you are familiar with the SAT, in addition to many schools going test optional, we suggest that you stick with the SAT this year. However, the ACT is still another option, and there is a chance they will be offering online testing from home this fall. We suggest you go online to take a practice ACT and see whether you even like the format. You can go to www.act.org for more information regarding how to sign up for a fall test. Some further test planning considerations. Pay attention to deadline dates for your colleges. If you plan to apply early action or early decision, you should consider taking a September or October exam. Also, we suggest that you sign up for Khan Academy's free SAT prep course through the College Board. A study released by the College Board found that just 20 hours of targeted practice through Khan Academy resulted in an average score gain of 115 points. They even have practice that you can do through your telephone. Another element of college applications are teacher and counselor recommendations. Most colleges require 1 to 2 teacher recommendations, preferably from a more recent teacher. What you need to do is just check each college website for specifics about how many recommendations they require. Consider emailing your teachers now to request a letter. Some teachers will even prefer to write recommendations over the summer, and some teachers might cap a limit to how many recommendations they'll write in any given fall. Your school counselor will automatically send a letter to each school. We will ask that you fill out a questionnaire this coming fall. Finally, a big piece of information and a big piece of the puzzle for college, financial aid. If you think you need a financial aid overview, we suggest watching the recording of a recent webinar given by local financial aid expert Bill Smith. The link can be found on the Guidance Department website and in our Summer Resources document. Also, check out FAME Maine's website for multiple resources on paying for college. You can also call them up live for help. Their website is www.famemaine.com. If you're wondering how much a particular college might cost, simply fill out the net price calculator, a tool located on every college website. Simply go to a college financial aid page and look for the link. You might be wondering about COVID and extracurricular activities. We just want to reassure you that no college will judge you for your lack of extracurriculars during this time. As we've mentioned, and as you know, the nation is dealing with the worst health crisis of our lifetime, and all students in your cohort are facing the same circumstances. This could be an opportunity to take up a new hobby or dive into some other solitary endeavor that you may never have otherwise had the free time to pursue. Colleges just want to know what you do with your time, and they want students to be authentic. Think about what is meaningful for you and spend your time engaged in that endeavor. Remember, everyone is in the same boat. There is one more important note called demonstrating interest, and we thought it was important to bring up. Demonstrated interest is another piece to the puzzle. This is how colleges assess how interested a student is in attending their school, and is increasingly becoming an important part of the admissions process. While not all schools consider demonstrated interest as part of their admission process, demonstrated interest cannot hurt you. Ways to demonstrate interest include completing an online information form. This one from St. Lawrence University had a link where you clicked join our mailing list. You simply put in your name, your email, a little bit of other information, click through and submit it, and then you'll be on their mailing list. Other ways to demonstrate interest include connecting with schools through their social media accounts. This is also a great way to find out what's going on in a school. You could also email the admissions officer assigned to your area if you had a thoughtful question and you wanted a little bit more information about a particular major or something else at the college. And finally, you could start researching the academic and extracurricular opportunities that appeal most to you about each prospective school. Some schools have an additional essay called Why This College? If you have this information, this will help you show your sincere interest when it comes time to write that essay. Again, remember, please check your email and keep an eye on college admission websites for more important information. So your next steps. We hope that you'll take the time this summer to look over the information in your college folder. Start researching colleges online using some of the websites listed in this webinar. Consider some free writing for your college essay. Do something meaningful with your time this summer. Register for the SAT subject, or ACT tests. And finally, keep checking your email for important information regarding the SAT. And finally, some parting thoughts. We know that so much is out of our control right now. We hope that you can focus on what you can control and try not to worry about what you can't control. Have a great summer, everybody, and we look forward to